guess, how was school, going through school as a deaf person?
Yes. So I was born deaf, and my family didn't know what to do. And they suggested that I go into a mainstream school. I lived in Santa Fe, Texas, not New Mexico, Santa Fe here in Texas, which is near Galveston, a short distance from Galveston. And so I went to different schools, elementary, middle school, in the local area, in the Santa Fe area. And then in 8th grade, I decided that I wanted to go to the Texas School for the Deaf in Austin. I wanted to see what that was like. Prior to that, I had asked my mom, like, you know, is there a lot of deaf people or a small number of deaf people? And she said, no, it's a much larger group of deaf people than here in mainstream programs. So we went to the she asked, do you want to go in the summer school and, you know, check it out? And I said, wait, is it like schoolwork? And she said, no, it's more like fun activities like camps. And so I said, okay, I'll do that then. And I really liked it. By that time when I was growing up, I signed very strongly English-based sign language, not American Sign Language. The grammar is very different. And so when I came to Texas School for the Deaf, everybody was like, oh, you sign so differently. And I realized that they were using real American Sign Language, whereas I was using more signed English. But I acquired it very quickly, and I was able to incorporate more facial expressions and more grammar. You know, at that time, I thought very English. But when I went into TSD, the Texas School for the Deaf, I had to put aside that English expression and start thinking in American Sign Language. And oh, you can hear it, or you can see it, you can visualize it, and there's many reasons that I was involved in that. And socializing at Texas School for the Deaf was a lot more fun. In my mainstream program, there wasn't a lot of opportunities for socialization. I would have to depend on asking people what they said, but at Texas School for the Deaf, there were no communication barriers. On campus, I was able to just, you know, hang out and talk to people. So then I ended up graduating from TSD in 12th grade, and I was involved in a lot of activities like the art group and art competitions and sporting events and flying to other deaf schools. And I really enjoyed that. Seeing the different accents in sign language, just like people have spoken language accents, we have regional accents in sign language. There's a wide variety. ASL is not the same the country over. And so it was very cool to be able to learn those regional signs and their accents. And so if you go to another state or another city, you may see deaf people that sign differently than you're used to. Some places people sign very, very fast, and in others they sign very slowly. Like there's a professor in my department who signs so fast. But we have a wide variety here in our department. Just like when people talk, some people speak very quickly and some people talk more slowly and have a drawl or maybe a more monotone voice. So I graduated at Texas School for the Deaf. And then I went to the Deaf College National Technical Institute for the Deaf in New York, in Rochester, New York. And I didn't stay there for the 4 full years. I just stayed for a short time and then left because I really missed Texas. I wish I could have stayed and put down roots there, but I was homesick and I loved Texas and I missed it. So I came back and I went to Tyler Junior College, TJC. I went to Tyler Junior College and I took business administration. I was very interested in that. And then I graduated with my associate's degree and then moved here and came to Lamar University and took classes to graduate with my BA degree in business. And then I was like, well, do I want a job or do I want to get a master's degree? And I went to Gallaudet University in Washington, D.C., but again, I felt really homesick. I missed Texas. I tried to challenge myself to get out of state, but I just had to come back to Texas. And so I came to Lamar and I decided to do the Deaf Studies and Deaf Education degree and got my degree. And after that, I went to work at MSD, Mississippi School for the Deaf, and I taught ASL literature in the K through 12 setting there. And then that was for 3 years. And then my wife got a job offer in Texas. We were thrilled to be able to come back to Texas because we love Texas. That's our home. We're native Texans. And so we said, come on, let's move back. But, you know, my wife got a job, but one disappointing thing was that I didn't have a job yet.
Yeah.
So I was like a house husband for a couple of years. I applied for a lot of jobs and struggled. But then I finally got a job at HCC, Houston Community College, and I worked there for 3 years. Somehow my friend who worked at Lamar said, hey, are you interested in working at Lamar University? And I said, oh yeah, for sure, man, because I knew Lamar well. And so I came to work here, and I've been here now for 7 years, just working and socializing and really enjoying it.